it. Ask Alma. Time for you it. Ask Alma. Are you down, feeling low? Are trials weighing heavy on your mind? I know a place we can go. Sit back and unwind. Grab a seat, put up your feet, and we'll ask Alma. Ask her anything. She has a certain flair for being tough, but always fair. So if you need someone who cares, ask Alma. Problems big or small, she has the answers to them all. So drop your questions, have them solved by Alma. You can ask her anything. Trouble, ruin, ask Alma. Evil, do it, ask Alma. Time for you it, ask Alma.
I love it, love it, love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my cousin Tracy, who wrote and produced that fantastic theme song for Ask Alma. Girl, I love it, love it. Thank you. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm so excited to be here. How y'all doing? It's Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. You know what we do? Hey, we hang out. That's what we do. That's right. And I am so grateful, so grateful that you are here with me because I know y'all got 15 other things you could be doing. I know. But you come here and it's like, oh, wow. Thank you. The little heart. Thank you. Come on in. Say hello. Tracy, did you hear my new theme song, girl? Did you hear it? Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And surprise to you. Surprise. Where your cousins at, girl? Tell them to come on in here. It's cold outside. Holiday parties, though, I've been to a lot. And I'll talk about those when I bring on my guest panel. The fabulousness of the guest tonight. Tina Daniels, how you doing? Gail, are you feeling better? I was thinking about you all day long. Because, we normally would be together today. Because, yes, hi, Lillian Jakewell. Thank you for watching, Lillian. I love your name. That's my godmother's name. Today is my husband's birthday. So before I get all into the show, I want to say happy birthday to my husband who is watching, won't ever come on the show. He has commented twice in 2 years, but he is very supportive and I like it. And I like him too. So you missed it, Tracy. You didn't even hear the theme song that you wrote for the show? Really, girl? So that's okay. You can hear it next week when we play it again, since you already know what it sounds like. But thank you for that. I really appreciate it more than you know. Like when Ellen picks up the show and we got the whole studio thing going on, and then the band will play your theme song and everything. It's just going to be fantastic. Gail, I am sure he is watching, so he will see his happy birthday greetings. Hi, Sean. Sean, didn't we have fun Friday night? I don't know if you, well, I do know that a lot of my almond joys, that's right, Ask Alma Almond Joys, joined us Friday night on He Said with Alvin King and the gang, and it was hilarious, let me tell you. Vosh and Bobby, oh my gosh, it was so fantastic. You guys have got to go back and watch it. Have some fun, comment. It was great. It was absolutely great. Again, thank you for the birthday wishes to my, I would say road dog, but y'all know he kind of all preppy and stuff. He probably don't want to be known as a road dog. So happy birthday to my better half, other half, because I'm his better half. But anyway, come on in here, panel. We got a great panel. I'm telling y'all, this crew right here.
Wait. You're talking about surprises. Girl, when did we get a theme song?
I know. Tracy,
I was over here having a
Harrington.
Okay, shut up, Tracy. I know.
Tracy Arrington Wright wrote that song. She wrote those lyrics. She did a whole video thing and sent it to me, which was so fantastic. As you know, we ain't got no money on this show. So we appreciate all donations. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate it.
We're gonna
And
start to GoFundMe. It's not that bad yet. Right?
right, not yet, not so far. But tonight, y'all, talk about some friends from the way back.
Way back
Okay,
when.
way back. We got Gary Graves, who has been on the show before. Welcome back, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, thanks for having me back. Hey, girls.
Yes,
What's
indeed.
happening? Ladies,
Yes,
rather.
indeed.
Yeah. Good to be back.
I'm so glad you're with us because you are very, very busy. So I appreciate every time you take a minute to be with us. It means a lot to me. I want you to know that.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying it. It means a lot to me.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate the invite.
Yeah, because Gary can be called in a single moment. You know, y'all know we work with a lot of journalists. They be like, can't come on. So like, oh my gosh. And Cheryl, Miss Cheryl Peden, who worked with us. Hey, I have not seen you, girl.
It's been
other
forever.
than Facebook. It's been forever. Like we see each other on Facebook.
I know.
But that's it. That's it. So how many
you all for years? Well, I left in 2005.
05.
05.
And D, when did you leave?
04.
Oh, you left way. You left.
Yeah, I left 04.
Wow. That's
Gary, you were there a long time.
Yeah. See, I left 10 years ago, 2012. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I left in 09.
Okay.
So yeah.
Did you go back and leave again, or was that the time you left?
Oh, that was all the 3 times before that.
Okay.
I left 3 times before that came back. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Gary Rollins, who donated money to my goodbye party, you know, lets me know regularly he wants his $20 back because I came back. So
start collecting gifts. Did we give you gifts?
Yes. Oh my gosh, parties, gifts, all kinds of stuff. And I had a good time at all of them. I'm grateful for every last one of them. Hey, Pat. Y'all remember Pat Walk Up?
Yeah.
She watches
hey, Pat.
every Tuesday. Right. Love it. Thank you so much, Pat. So since Cheryl is the newbie on the show, this is how it goes. Okay. We have 3 submitted questions, and they are played one at a time by a VVR, a volunteer video reader, and then we give our best advice. So see how easy that sounds? It is so super easy.
So Emma, the viewers, I'm sure, are wondering, where did we leave from? Well, so
they know. Well, if it's our regular viewers, they know we are the USA Today crew. And if we have some new people watching, you are right. They should. I should let them know that all of us used to work at USA Today. We are USA Today alumni. That's who we are.
Right.
Or refugees, if you want to put it another way.
Depends on who you ask.
Depends on when you left.
Depends on when you left and who
I left
you
voluntarily under my own decisions. But I had already done 18 years. I think I did 8. I left USA Today building. I had done 18. And then I did 2 more in Florida before I went and did something else.
The first buyout they offered, I was on that train. That one was the biggest and the best. I took that bad boy out in 09, and I have been there 23 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And Gary, where are you now?
Oh, I'm at the AP outside Louisville.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been here for 10 years because after I was asked to leave with the layoffs in 2012, actually, I wasn't even asked. It's like, I think I got laid off while on assignment, and I was in the parking lot at the Ravens complex.
Oh my gosh. I believe it because people got laid off last week and were like, what? Wait, what just happened? Yeah. So I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah,
so
but
sorry.
at some point you see your number coming up. Your number's coming up, especially with buyouts and layoffs and
Right.
such.
Yeah.
And I felt like I had escaped several rounds, and I just knew it was probably coming. So I wasn't really surprised. I was
Yeah.
just surprised that they let me go out to an assignment, before they decided to do it.
Oh yeah, the story still
I'm
needed to
like,
be written, Gary. Somebody had to write it.
what story, man? I went and got me
Right.
I got a
It
6-pack of beer and went back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was before he
Sounds like
submitted
you.
the story.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah. I went out for a Ravens practice, and I remember setting up in the media room, and they told you to await the phone call, right? So I remember just kind of going in there, and I took my computer out, and I said, something, in 10 minutes, I might not have a job. So I put it back. I put it back in there. I went out in the
Waited.
parking lot, and then the phone call came, and then they told me, and then I went back inside, asked the Ravens for a job, and then found a liquor store, and got me a 6-pack.
Did the Ravens hire you?
No, no, no. I mean, it was just it was one of those things. It's like I just went in there to say goodbye to a lot of my colleagues, and
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
I just got laid off, and there were a couple guys there that had been laid off from their previous outlets, and they were telling me, it's like, man, it really sucks to get laid off while you're on assignment, because
Right.
Right.
you think you're there doing something, and then they tell you, oh, you're fired. And there were a couple
jacked.
guys that I was sitting next to at a game way back in the day when they got laid off, and I just thought that
Wow.
I just can't believe that they let you go out there knowing that they were going to fire you that day.
Right.
They let
And
you go
then
out
then
there.
you come to work and let you work all day, and then call you in at 4:30.
Yeah.
It might
Yeah.
be better that you were out of the
Yeah.
building though when they
Yeah.
told you that you
Yeah.
didn't have
But
a job. Like I totally get that. But I
Yep.
think the folks who just got laid off last week from USA Today, like I have y'all in my prayers and everything. But quite honestly, it had turned into like an abusive partner situation. Because you would show up for work and just didn't know if you were going to get the
Waiting.
angry company, the punch you in the face company, or like, oh no, I hate you and I might kill you, but I'm going to be nice to you today. Like, it's like
I
everybody.
saw before we came on, I saw our friend Mary Cadden, who is part of this recent layoff,
Part of
that
our
AP did a story on her being laid off, because the story is AP wrote a story that said that USA Today was suspending book coverage because of the layoffs, which of course they were talking about her. So I think that was her resume. I don't think she'll be waiting very long to get a job.
Good.
AP covers your layoff.
Exactly.
I think you'll be okay.
Good.
Yeah.
And everybody and anybody, not just USA Today,
yes.
but anybody anywhere who just recently got laid off, we feel it for you. It's around the
Yes.
holiday. But hey, Sharon, hi, Mary Lou, Danielle. There is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
Like honestly, I know it doesn't feel like it right now, and I know you feel in some kind of way, and it's okay. Feel your kind of way for 24 hours,
minutes,
48
right.
hours, or whatever. But don't give it too much time, because Alvin, you missed us, Alvin, talking about he said last Friday, which was fantastic. Y'all got to watch the rerun. It really is like one of the best shows that I've done with my brothers over on my brother show. They called me their sister show from my brother show. It was fantastic. I mean, we really had a great time. We had a great time. I was at work and sneaking out from work, but it was so much fun. I don't even care. It was fine. It was absolutely fine. So, before we get started, want to say thank you to the VVR, who will introduce herself. Thank you very much. You know who you are. I know who you are. And we've got some good questions tonight. So I want you guys to be honest and let us know how you really feel. And yeah, we're going to do this thing tonight. Should be fun. Can't wait to hear what Pat has to say. Sharon, Ayana. Hey, girl. Hey. Because that's another thing, Gary and Cheryl, you will see that our faithful listeners and our faithful watchers are very talkative. Very verbal.
Very verbal.
And Tina, Doug. Hey, Doug. Doug was he was in the. Did he go to Mexico? I'm glad you're back. Hope you had a good time. Okay, you guys ready? Let's listen to question number 1. Oh, disclaimer. He tells me that every week. Y'all would think I would remember it. It's on my list. It's on like the words in front of me. So, okay, we are not PhDs, but we did stay in a Motel 6 last night. So, yeah, no, I'm just kidding. We are not psychiatrists. We are just really nice people who will let you know kindly what we think about your situation. Okay.
99% of the time.
Without cuss words.
99% of the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Question number 1.
Hey everyone, my name is Lillian Harris and I'm Alma's godmother. I will be your VVR for today. Dear Alma, I come from a small family that was once very close. Since my mother died a few years ago, we have slowly been drifting apart. During COVID, I lost touch almost completely with one of my nephews. He was doing his medical residency and was under an enormous amount of stress. As soon as his residency was finished, his mother died unexpectedly. I have not heard from him since her funeral a year ago. I sent him Christmas and birthday presents and texted him on the anniversary of her death to tell him I was thinking of him. I got no response to any of my outreach. I know that his mother did not like me, and I wonder if her death affected how he sees me. My nephew is getting married next month, and again, I have heard nothing from him or his fiancée about their plans. Attending will mean a 1,000-mile trip plus overnight stays. I would happily go if I felt I would be welcome. My brother, his dad, insists it's just my nephew's disorganization. But the past year of silence makes me think that he would prefer if I didn't attend. Should I ask about an invitation or simply assume I am not invited? I'm not angry, but I am sad. Signed, Melancholy Aunt.
This question was really sad. I'll recap for you guys. So she's an aunt, and she hasn't talked to her nephew in over a year. His mom passed away when he finished medical school unexpectedly. She's reached out to him over the holidays and on his birthday. She's trying to stay in touch and maintain a relationship, but he has not responded in any way. So her brother, his father, keeps telling her, oh, he's really busy. Don't take it personally. Like, it's just where he is right now. But she seems to think it's a little bit more than that. And that is her question to us. He's getting married in the spring. So she wants to know, should she try to reach out again or just kind of let it go? And either way, she said, she's just really sad about the situation with her nephew. So panel, what do you think? Should she reach out to the nephew and ask about attending the wedding, or just let it go? Now, she did tell us that his mom didn't like her, which I know how I feel about that in this whole scenario, but I'll wait to hear what you guys think about it in this scenario. So Cheryl, being the newest person on the panel. Hi, Demeen. That's my cousin. What do you think, Cheryl? What do you think this woman should do?
Well, I seem to think that he's not answering her for a reason. I mean, when someone texts you, does he have the same phone number, first of all? Is he getting her texts?
Yeah.
Is he getting her calls? And I sometimes think that because the mother didn't like her, usually the kids don't, especially the boys, don't follow suit. Girls usually do,
right,
but boys usually don't, to me. And so he's getting married. I would ask his father, which is her brother, to make sure that he has the same phone number. Because, kids, they change numbers and things all the time. And me personally, I would find out if I had the right phone number. And if I did have the right number and he didn't answer my calls or my texts, then I think I would just chill out.
Well, if I could piggyback on this phone number situation, she has the same phone number, even if he doesn't. So if he wanted to talk to her, he could have called her. I mean, I think no answer is an answer. And it doesn't sound like that they necessarily had a relationship well before her sister-in-law, I think it is, died. So I would just move on. I mean, I know it's like, oh, it's your aunt, it's your family, but you can't, first of all, you can't choose relatives. And this sounds like that there was probably something going on well before. I don't think that he would dislike her because his mother disliked her. I mean, that, they're adults. I think perhaps he just doesn't see her as a close family member. Clearly, there's probably age difference, and some aunts and uncles are just that. They're not anybody that you're emotionally attached to. They're just siblings of people who have been around. So I think she should just let it go and move on.
Yeah.
Gary.
My question really is, what kind of relationship does she have with her brother, where maybe he can be a liaison with the nephew? And if she doesn't have a good relationship with the brother, and he doesn't relay it or something, because I think that's where it needs to start to really kind of gauge. If she's not getting an answer from the nephew, I think that's telling, like Dee said, in one respect. But in talking to the brother, maybe he can get a picture of why this gap exists, and whether it's better to pursue it or leave it alone. And yeah, I think that's probably the only recourse she has. Well, she has two choices: leave it alone. But if she's that curious to really find out what's going on and maybe clear up some questions that she has, the brother, she has to talk to him, find out what's happening, and maybe the answers she gets from him will give her the answers that she needs.
Stories. Brother's giving her all kinds of reasons why she's
not. Like her brother's like,
he didn't say, I'm gonna call my nephew, I'm gonna call my son and make him call you. Oh, he's got things going on. Oh, he's disorganized. Sean says he could have changed his number, or he could have blocked her from calling him. I think she should leave it alone. Pat said, all of your almond joys are like bouncing off the chat is hopping. Pat says, stay in touch with your brother, but give your nephew some space. He might come around or not. It sounds like there's pretty much a consensus to, Alvin says, I can't make you love me.
I know that song, I sing it often.
To expect you done all you can do and let it go.
Do we know how old the nephew is?
So he finished medical school. So he has to be late 20s, turning 30. If he finished medical school, he's doing his residency. Then he's an adult male. He's Dr. So-and-so when he walks into the room. So
Tracy says, I think the brother is covering for the son and he's uncomfortable with it. He probably said, call your aunt. He said no. So now he has to come up with all kinds of stories for his sister because she doesn't want to talk to him. And it may not be anything. It may not be anything bad. It may be just that he doesn't feel like he has enough of a relationship with her to reach out to her.
And he's got to be busy. He is a new doctor. I'm not making that an excuse for it, but clearly, and she's a decent person. I think she's a very nice person. Clearly, it's somebody I know. But anyway, I would also say I recently had a verbal altercation with my nephew. And so we're on speaking terms, but just that. Like, clearly, he's upset with me and what I said. But I think it's easy to say, let it go. But honestly, like, I'm his aunt, and I'm his only aunt on his mother's side. So I don't know if she is she is the only aunt on her brother's side too. It's almost like they're your own kids. Like, you can't just let it go when it's your niece and your nephew. You want to know what is the problem, and let's talk about this, because you know, like his mom passed away. She knows that anybody can pass away tomorrow, and we're old enough now that nobody has time for the foolishness. Like,
Right.
what's the issue? Get to the issue. If you got your feelings hurt, then move through it. Everybody has their feelings hurt. And what? Siblings fight. And I remember some of my memories about my sister, who you all know, she passed away at 38. But the thing that's funny to me is when I think about memories of my sister where we were fighting because I threw her dress on the floor in the
Right.
closet, and it would be like, girl, you better pick my dress up, blah, blah, and we arguing, and then somebody would go, did you see Nordstrom? Like, so you're fighting, and the next minute it's over. Like, you've
Yeah, but
moved on. So
but
I
at
think
you had at your core you had a good relationship, and that's why you could
we
do
don't
that.
know
That's
that they
why.
didn't have one.
But
And
that,
even if they didn't, maybe she wants to have one with him. Because if you don't, that doesn't mean you don't ever have to have it. It means that at some point you can try to be that aunt. I don't think she should leave him alone. That's why I guess that's the point I'm making. I hear all of you, and it really is 99% of y'all saying
well,
she
I think
needs to just keep
when we say
moving.
leave it alone, I think she seems to be really focused on this wedding, and
Yeah.
and
Mm,
and she
Hmm.
mentioned how far it would be and how much it would cost, but she would still go if she
right.
was invited. But
Yeah.
clearly, she's not invited. I mean,
Right.
I
Right.
don't
By
think there's a
now, if you
question,
didn't
right?
get a
Right, you didn't get an
yeah.
invitation because she's probably not moved in the last 10 years and not changed. She probably still has her house phone. So if he wanted to reach her, he could, or he could always reach her through her
House
brother.
phone.
So they have a
Yes.
Yes.
connection. So there's
Exactly.
something else. There's something else happening here that because
Right.
when you have weddings, you invite people that you might not even want to be there, but because they're related or because they married Aunt
Right.
Susie 20 years ago, you have to invite them.
Yeah.
So
Right. Look, invite. What's his name again?
yeah, right, right. Oh, I
Don't
got to
even
invite
remember
my
his
uncle's
name.
girlfriend because my uncle's coming. That kind of thing. So there seems to be something else that's happening here that maybe needs to be resolved.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a
it's
good
it's one of
point.
those things. Or you invite someone because you got to fill 300 seats in a hall that you've already paid for and everything. It's like, I am not wasting no $50 plate of food. But I think
Right.
she is too focused maybe on this event because really I think it goes beyond this. Yeah, it's a momentous moment for her nephew that she would like to be there, but it's not worth traveling 1,000 miles and getting a hotel room and such if you're not invited, because I think that would be devastating for
Right.
her long term. So,
Yeah.
I'd say let this event pass, but at least try to find out what's going on in the long term, because again, this is a short term event,
Yeah.
but you've got a long-term issue to deal with, and
Right.
that's where I
Yeah.
think again the brother needs to be honest with her about where things
Yeah.
are, and
Mm-hmm.
he need, if he has to, tell her this isn't the time, just
Yeah.
hang tight. um we can try to do this or not, but really trying
Yeah.
so hard to press for presence at this wedding, I think is very,
Right.
very risky, and it sets you up for a
Yeah.
massive
Right.
disappointment and hurt.
Right.
Exactly.
That's true.
I
That's
agree,
very, very
Gary.
true. Oh, I love this panel, Cheryl, Gary, and Dee Dee. This is so good. So
Well,
good. So good.
Sharon did bring up. She said, "What kind of relationship does the woman and her brother have?"
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because there may be some things happening with them that have trickled over with the nephew.
Yeah.
And
The
Alex
brother
says
and the
attending the
mother. But
wedding isn't a guarantee it will be better, that it will better the relationship. That is true. You will get your
Hmm.
gift, and then he still might not talk to you.
Thank you, Pat.
that's true.
Mary
Mm,
Lou's here. She said, my brother died in
Mary
2017.
Lou.
His two adult
mm.
children don't want a relationship with me. The last time I saw them was at the repast. I had to let it go.
Yeah.
So,
When they
as
don't, you
adults,
do have to let it
right,
go.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's hurtful. Like, you keep trying and you keep getting rejected, or you keep trying but I do think, like, every year or so you should try. Although, and I want to be clear, I don't think it trickles down to great nieces and great nephews. I'm sorry to say. Like, I give it all to my nephew and my two nieces. They can have all of my heart. But their children and their children's children, I want to be there and I want to be around them. But I think since I'm, 20 years older from when my nieces and nephews were young, I don't have the energy to try to fight for those relationships. And I need the younger people to work a little bit harder at that. But I do try to show up for everything. And I think it's just because my sister passed away. So it's a different scenario for me. And so I don't know if that's similar to her situation. Since his mom died, that maybe she's trying to have a different kind of relationship.
And he's an adult now. I mean, when he was younger,
he
he
is
thought,
an adult.
Go kiss Aunt Mary, go give her a hug. And now he's
Right.
like, I don't really have to be that person anymore. I mean, I
Yeah.
have a loved one. I said, I invited to come see me, and she said, we'll see. And I was like, oop, that was your last invitation. I'm like, I won't ask you again.
We'll see, right.
She we'll see says to me, I'm not interested in visiting you.
Right.
So I'm
And
okay
that's
with
where
that.
we are though. But think
Yes.
about it. 25, if this were 25 years ago, like we probably would have said, well, let me ask her one more time.
Again right now.
Should I buy her ticket?
Maybe that's where the nephew is. Maybe he's asked her to do something or tried to reach out to her and it didn't happen in that time. So now he's like, well, I'm not interested.
Yeah. I think go ahead, Cheryl.
This generation is not like us. No, we're old school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The young generation, they don't care. We're gonna get married and Aunt so and so, and no.
Yeah. This guy who will remain nameless, but we work together, so I hope he's watching, and then you'll know it's you. But anyway, he invited me to his wedding the day before. Like, I guess, like Gary said, certain people had RSVP no. And so he's like coming past my desk. He's like, I'm getting married tomorrow. You want to come? No. I'm like, really, dude? So what list is that? Like, you have your main list, then you have your backup list, and then your backup list. And then I guess I was on that next day if don't nobody show up list.
Co-workers I want to invite, but I can't afford to. And then okay, I got. So.
Yeah, and what's he doing working the day before his wedding anyway?
Exactly.
I mean, man, he should be recovering from a bachelor party hangover.
And show up.
I did work the day before I married Gill, and I actually went to work the next day. Well, yeah, it was. I think like I went to work on Monday. We got married on Tuesday. I went to work on Wednesday. We went on our honeymoon in October. Like we got married in my dad's backyard in July. But it's funny because people would send us anniversary cards in October. Yeah, on the wrong day. So, oh my goodness. What a great question. What a fantastic group of answers. I think the answers vary, and I would suggest that she read all the comments and find her way, because it can go either way. Like you shouldn't go to the wedding because you weren't invited, but try to stay in touch with him or not. It's really up to you and your heart and how much you can take. All right. You guys want to add anything else? Or are we ready for question number 2?
Take him out of the will.
Keep praying for him. Just pray.
Yeah, just pray for him. Yep, that's the best thing you can do. Absolutely. Right. Question number 2 is a doozy too. Let's hit it.
Uh-oh. Alma, I have a coworker who is unhappy with his job and isn't too shy to say it. If you greet him in the morning, he will say, "Man, I hate this job. I'm sick of this place." Then he will go on to disparage his supervisor and coworkers. He never talks about projects he works on, just how he doesn't like this person or that. He is a real downer and can turn quickly a good morning into a bad one. I tried to disengage from conversations quickly, hoping he will get the hint, and his comments about coworkers I happen to admire make me uncomfortable. But he doesn't get it. Should I go to Human Resources or just tell him point blank to stop? I don't want to start an argument in the middle of the office. Signed, not an office snob.
Recap, we all know this person. You got that person at work that's don't like nobody, don't want to be involved in nothing, can't stand what's happening, and always want to come tell you about it. So, how do you handle that person?
I'd go to the
Gary?
police because that sounds like a workplace shooting waiting to happen. I'm just saying, they always talk about somebody, it's just like, yeah, disgruntled employee, man. I mean, if he's going around telling coworkers how disgruntled he is, to me, that's a big old red flag waving and everything.
Yes.
Man, you bypass HR and then go right to the popo. And
Right.
and I really mean that seriously, because these
Oh,
days
absolutely.
you cannot take anything for granted when it comes to someone's unhappiness, anger, or whatever, because we are in a very angry era in our lives. Nothing like I've ever expected to see.
Me too.
And
That's right.
and again, it's just like from the school to the workplace, that there's that one person that feels marginalized, that's angry, and they're basically either on social media or in this case verbally telling people, I'm pissed off, and it's like, y'all can mail me my check, but I might not be there. I might be in jail or something because
right. And he said, I told y'all.
I mean, I don't know how many warnings that they need, to say, okay, we look, put him out of either your misery or his misery if he hates the job that much and stuff, and guard the door just in case he comes back to get.
Firing him may be a real problem. So
yeah,
if we're assuming that he's not a mass shooter, if we're going to assume he's not a mass shooter, I would say, hold that thought. I gotta go to the bathroom. Hold that thought. I gotta go to a meeting. I would be escaping him like the plague.
Yes.
But I would tell him, first of all, you can't talk about my colleagues to me. I mean, if I want to stand there and listen to you gripe, I might give you a few minutes, but you can't talk about my friends. You can't talk about my colleagues. What's going on with you? But I've always said to friends that said they didn't like their job, get another one. Why are you still here?
That's what Cheryl said. Why won't he quit?
Why won't he quit?
But that people like that don't want to quit. Yeah, but they don't want to quit. They just want to stay at work and tell you about
it. Miserable, right?
I like that Shamika Smith said secretly anoint his desk and chair. That's so good. Cheryl, I'm sorry. I cut you off. What'd you say? What was the last thing you said?
No, I was just saying hi to Shamika. I invited her.
Oh, okay. Shamika.
She lives in Dublin, Georgia.
Oh, I'm glad you joined us. I
welcome,
like that. Anoint his desk and chair. You know what else I want to add, which has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it's funny, and I just want to say it. Gary was like, go to HR, then go to the popo. So y'all know my granddaughter. I talk about her all the time. She's 9. So she was telling me something, and she goes, and then you can just go to the popo. Grandma, that's the police. It's slang. And you can say popo, and then the person will know that you're talking about the police. I was like, really, girl? Okay. I'm glad you're telling me that. My kids are so funny.
Pat says, suggest, I hear Company X is hiring. Go find a job.
Yeah.
Go find another job.
But it'd be a shame to send him to someone else because the same thing's going to happen. It sounds like he's just not a happy person.
He's just not happy.
I don't know what's going on in his life, but he needs some help, really.
Yeah. And I usually say that, like, if somebody, people don't really pick me to be that person because I'm pretty happy at work and be like, you know what? You can find another job, can't you?
Yeah.
So just suck that all in so you can use that energy on your interview when you go try to get a job somewhere else. Although the other thing too is when I run across somebody that's like kind of cray-cray like that, I always say, when you get ready to come here, let me know so I can be off the
They make friends with the crazy.
I ain't mad at you. Remember, I
make eye contact. You make eye contact. You speak to them. You sometimes you even throw them a hug.
Exactly. I go, you know what? I understand you. Okay. Just let me know the night before. Send me a text. I ain't gonna tell nobody.
Look, I'm going to make sure you got something to eat when we had an office party,
You know,
that's true, isn't it,
that's
Gary?
true.
I
Oh,
always
yes.
make sure everybody ate, didn't I?
That's true. That's true. But you know, the thing that we're ignoring here, the other option is remote work. That's what I'd be thinking about. Because somebody that's talking out, it's just like, you know, can I work from home or something?
Or can they work from home?
Yeah, okay. To the people that can make decisions, he's complaining to everyone else. He's not talking. He's not talking to his bosses. He's talking about them. So you're gonna go recommend. You know, I think it's time for George to work from home. Like, is that what
y'all should let George work from home.
Right.
Right.
You know, if he's been there this long, everybody knows he's a complainer. Everybody knows. Everyone's heard it. He's repeated it over and over and over again. So if everyone is just kind of tolerating, you know, him whining all day long, I don't know if there's what you can do to fix it.
Yeah. Or like, who was that? Somebody said they would just have things on point to say. Hold that thought, I gotta go to the bathroom. Right. Hold it, I got, you know.
I'll be right back.
Or sometimes I would say, are you still talking about that? Really? Come on now. Like, because I think sometimes you can give.
And you're gonna be the hostage.
No, I still look out for people. But it's like sometimes I had somebody, I can remember when like, because you got to have good friends. If you got good friends, like I got good friends, all of y'all, D, Gary, Shirley, I will never be without a good friend. But anyway, like my good friends will say something to me, and I'll never forget how I was talking about how my mom had passed away and my family didn't get together anymore. You know, I was saying, because, you know, those young people, they this, that, and the other, and I don't know why we can't get together. And I'll never forget. And she has said many things to me, Lori Grant. She's been on the show. She goes, well, why can't you have the dinner? I was like, what you mean? She was like, you're waiting for somebody else to do something that you want to participate in and be a part of it. Why don't you just do it? And I was like, oh, I never really thought about that. So I think sometimes with people in their complaint, when you challenge them, why don't you do something about it?
Well, I think that's what DJ is saying. He says when he starts talking like that, simply say, you sound like that guy that shot up the post office. and see what his reaction is.
Right, exactly. You need me to call the popo?
Right.
And then again, we don't want to give him any ideas, do we?
Right, exactly.
Sharon says, how about just tell him that I do not want to hear you complain about anybody today.
Wait till tomorrow.
And every day say that.
Not today. Come see me tomorrow. Yeah. That's
if he runs out of people listening, maybe he would stop.
Exactly.
Just starts talking to the water cooler, or
then you know.
And then you definitely start talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this was so good.
The atmosphere. He's making the atmosphere really bad in the office. You know, it makes you don't want to come to work. Just to avoid him. You know, can I work from home? You know.
Right.
Peeping around corners, getting off the elevator, trying to see if he's there yet.
And Tracy, not before my coffee. Wait, I need a coffee run before you get started. But you know what else? The other thing that I am kind of surprised about, there's so many people who are trying to hold on to their jobs now that this person needs to go to, what's that website where you can find jobs? Astor said on a serious note. Yeah, Indeed.com. And you can say that when it gets started. Indeed.com, my brother, or whoever, you know, or like Astor is referring to EAP. Yeah.
Okay,
you guys, we're gonna try to get a note.
I
was gonna say we can go ahead and say it, D.
Get a no soliciting sign for your desk. He stays away.
Or one of those signs that say, one of those signs that say, don't let your dog pee on my grass. Don't pee on my grass today.
I don't think any of that's gonna work because he sounds like something wrong. Something's missing. No. He won't even read the signs.
No, he won't. He gonna stand on the side of the desk, on the side of the cubicle.
He probably goes to sleep with his fist balled up.
Right.
Barry, setting up in a chair.
Yeah. Case.
Chewing on pencils.
2 years to lay down.
We got a great number 3 question for you guys
Oh my
this evening.
goodness.
So we have great answers for this person too. So read the comments, and like there are a million suggestions that we're giving you. So I think that was a fantastic question, and we've given you amazing answers. So thanks for writing in to Ask Alma. So let's go on to question number 3.
I feel twisted about a situation and thought I'd reach out for your help. What do you do when you have outgrown your lifelong friends that you've known for over 30 years? I still care, but I don't feel the same sentiments about them. For years, we all like to do the same things and go to the same places, but I don't really want to do these things anymore. Like I said, I love them. I just don't think we have anything in common. If I stop inviting them over or stop showing up for our gatherings, it will be really weird. I could never just walk away from that. What do you think I should do? It's just not fun for me anymore.
This question, because recently I had a person say to me, because they watch the show and they see all the USA Today people on all the time, and they said to me, you guys haven't worked together for years, but you're still all the best of friends. How is that? And I had never thought about that before. And it really warmed my heart, because we are, and we do. And so this question, it wasn't that it didn't sit well with me. It just, I didn't recognize it, but I guess I don't know. Like, so how would you break away from 30-year friendships? Because it happens. People do it. Like, people are married, then they get divorced, and some people go with the wife, some people go with the husband. Different things happen. I don't know, because
I don't think you break away. I don't think you break away from them. I think they just dissolve. And if they do, then they weren't lifelong friends. They were just
and
people
that's
that you
okay,
spent a lot of
though.
time with. That, yeah, absolutely.
Right. And that's, I think that's, yeah.
But
I think that's
she said that she didn't enjoy doing the things that they did anymore, but she didn't want to stop going, which
that it would be weird if she stopped going.
Because that means she doesn't have anybody else to spend time with, so she has to spend time with these people that she doesn't want to spend time with. Like, I'm always surprised when people say, how many people can name somebody they've known for more than 10 years or more than 20 years? And I'm thinking, I don't know anybody that I haven't known forever.
Right.
At this point in my life, everyone in my circle has been around for, and the ones that aren't, they're long gone. So they would be these people. But it sounds like she might have something else happening. Like, maybe she didn't ever really like the people that she spends time with, but it was easy to be entertained and party or whatever. And now that she wants other things, she doesn't know how to go find people that want to do that.
Or maybe she grew into, like, I wouldn't say she didn't like them, because I think you do spend time with people that you like. But I do think you can outgrow a relationship or friendship or a group. And what did Tracy say? I think she should just be honest and tell them how she's feeling. People do change. Or find the new of what you're looking for. Yeah. And she said, if Pat says, if you like the people but not the get-togethers, suggest a different activity. Yeah, like hang out with one of them instead of a whole group. But at the same time, like, a part of me is thinking, are you obligated to be around people just because you've been around them forever?
No, absolutely not.
No. I mean, that the saying goes, people are in your life for a season, even that season could go 30, 40, 50 years.
Lifetime, right?
Yeah. And before you realize, okay, this is how long it's supposed to last. And none of us here, especially judging from here, we are so many years removed from being together at USA Today, and we're talking on this, that I feel like that's always gonna last no matter what. But sometimes, like your childhood friends.
Different story.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And I got the feeling these were her childhood friends.
Okay.
And she's an adult now. Yet clearly yes.
Yeah. And sometimes you just get tired of the same old, not necessarily friends, but the same old activities. Like I remember my father telling me once about how he used to get together with some of his old work buddies for this breakfast club. And he enjoyed it for a while, but then he just said, we go to the same place, we order the same things. And
say the same things.
Yeah. And I know that people are creatures of habit, but sometimes my father would say, maybe we need to find a new place. He said, I don't feel like going, because it's like when you walk in and they speak to you on a first name basis that you've been going there.
Right.
They point you to that same booth or table or something.
Right.
And his thought was, let's try to get together and do something different. What I remember about that was, I think when he said, let's just say instead of meeting at IHOP, let's meet at Denny's, man, they were all for it. And then they went there and then they found new things to talk about. They weren't talking about the same old stuff.
Oh, because they were in a different place.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like I think one of you said something about maybe a different activity or something. Maybe a change of venue can really, I feel like, jumpstart or stimulate the brain to think of some other things to do, because as much as we like familiarity and comfort, that sometimes you just need to break away to give your mind and your soul a new perspective on things.
And I do have once in a while friends. I mean, I still like these people dearly. Not people, because it's not like it's a whole lot of people, but I can think of like 2 or 3 adults that, I can see you every 5 years works for me,
Well, you don't have to do everything with everybody. Like you could have,
if you find new friends, though.
Right.
You
but even the old friends, like you have sets of friends, like there may be some, like if you're a drinker and you have friends that don't drink, you don't drink with them. You do the activity with the people who enjoy that activity. And I think that's how you maintain those relationships. I think USA Today is very different because it really was like a fraternity or sorority.
Yeah.
It was because we were this group of people doing something extraordinary that nobody believed could happen. So that kind of connected us. Plus, we worked such crazy hours. We didn't have time to make friends outside the building because everybody was always at work.
And I also appreciate during that time there were so many life things that happened that we were there for each other. Parents passed away, people got married, people got divorced, people had children, people lost homes, it was so many life things that when it happened to you and you thought it was a secret and you told one person, that person told everybody, and everybody came to push you up and be there, be it food boxes, all kind of stuff. I can remember when I was getting divorced, like all the men and all the Black men in the building, I'll never forget it. It makes me cry when I think about it now. Were basically like, what you need me to do? What do you need me to do? And I'm not going to walk away from you without an answer.
Right.
I like the answer that Demeen says she may be going through menopause. Everybody is saying
hot flash hit, you don't like nobody.
That's a legit answer. Okay.
Get out of my house.
It's like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me unless you got a fan, bring a fan.
It is so true.
You know about that, Gary? It's a lot going on.
I've been on a few dates. Okay,
I remember.
You got no fan on you?
Gary.
You got a fan on you.
Turn the heat down. You got the heat on. So, I remember the third grade.
Alma, you remember you and Charlene, you all wore a Mac, and you said, Cheryl, you wear a Mac? I'm like, Mac? You don't know about Mac? I'm like, no, girl, I'm telling you where we going for lunch, and you and Char just told me where I was going for lunch, and I went. And it was the best lunch.
To the Mac counter.
We went to Macy's.
You know what?
Remember?
Yes, I remember it. I remember when I was walking across it wasn't a lobby. What did we used to call it?
Yeah,
That
it was
main
it was
floor.
like the lobby.
It was a
Was
lobby,
it?
but we
Yeah.
called it
Yeah.
something else. We used to
Yeah.
call it something else. But
I,
anyway,
I
I
can't
was
think.
walking across, and Donna
Donna.
Williams, who started with me on Ask Alma, she said, "Hey," I said, "Hey." She goes, "Get over here, because you can't even see me." It's like trying to be cute. It was like when my eyesight started changing, but I didn't want to wear glasses. She was like, "We going to get your eyes checked. That's just tacky." I was
You don't
like,
even know who you're
"What?"
talking
She
to.
was like, "You didn't even know it was me." I was like, "But I
Mhm.
said hi back." But those were the friends that you had.
Mhm.
Like when
Yeah.
Dee and I were driving in the car, I was like, "Is that my exit?" She was like, "You can't see the sign."
If you
Girl,
are driving
answer
down
my
the
question.
highway and you can't see the sign, you're in the wrong seat. You should be
Exactly.
in the passenger seat.
Exactly.
Can you
That's
tell
so
me if this
funny.
is my exit? I was like, get out. We're not doing this. It's
Right.
it's
They were
dark.
like,
It's a
"You
crazy
know what,
road. No.
girl?
Put
No,
your
we're going to
glasses
get
on.
glasses. You need glasses.
Mhm.
Get
Go
over
get
it."
them.
But
Mhm.
those are good friends. And I'm not saying that this
Mhm.
woman is not surrounded by those kind of friends. I mean, maybe they just get together for activity, but nobody's sort of feeding into
Right.
um
Pouring into
some
each other.
pouring into different spaces that she would like to have
She
different
may
kind of
be the poorer.
conversations.
She may be the person has been giving to all of
Right.
Exactly.
she's not
Yes,
getting anything
yes.
out of that relationship because they have to be, reciprocal.
Exactly.
Right,
You can't have
Yeah.
that kind of friendship and not have a day where you're like, I need to lay down, I need somebody to come take care of me. And
right.
she may not have that with them, and that might be why she's feeling like it's time for her to not spend
And
time with
it's
them.
time for her to do some different things, I think. Like
But
she
With
we
is
different people.
Yeah, with different
Yes,
people. But we've
yes,
all experienced relationships where we had somebody like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. Like we outgrow
Right.
things.
That's all.
Like
Mhm.
if what's fun for you is going out after work and drinking until you can't see straight anymore, that's not fun for, adults that have been doing it, been out for a long time. So however they are expending their evening, she's just not
right.
feeling
And
it.
it's okay to change. Like
Yes.
you can change and start saying no and start doing different things. You should put a Bible on your coffee table because honestly, that tends to get a lot of people not come up to your house anymore. But you can like
Wait,
just
wait.
no.
Before you finish sharing that Bible thing, Sean says at the end of the day, if she feels like she has outgrown her friendships, maybe she should part ways and keep growing into the best version of herself. And
Absolutely.
get
Mhm.
an
Yeah.
autographed, we'll get a stenciled Bible to sit on your coffee table to chase away what the demon friends. What is that?
No, I'm just saying, like, you ever had a friend who had just joined church and then they want to come tell you all about it? It's like, okay,
Uh,
my dad was a minister. We don't
Mm.
need to do this. Like, I already know your story that you get ready to tell me. But like when
we
people
call
are
those the
saying,
people that have to out you. They out dance you. They out drink you. They out pray you. They're
I'll
gonna
talk
everything
to
you
you.
do. They're gonna do better than you.
Mhm.
Yes.
but
So
Cheryl,
why
we had a
we
great time. We had a
yeah,
great
we
time in
did.
that
And look,
newsroom because
y'all
you
know
and Gary worked in
we had
sports.
the
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
Gary
I
and
mean,
yeah.
the great thing about USA Today, at both buildings is, not okay. At the old building, we were packed in so tight, we had no choice but to really communicate with each other.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And we were dedicated to the product and the craft in all the
yeah,
departments. And I think that carried over even to the new building, even though we were spread out and
Yeah,
it
everything,
was
and you
Right.
spread
needed to
out.
pick up the phone. Like I had to pick up the phone to call Cheryl on the other side of the office.
right.
But but we still knew where each other worked, and everybody was just
Because we
dedicated
wanted
to,
to.
yeah,
Right.
It
But
helped.
we
It,
wanted
it
to.
helped. It
yeah,
helped to have two bars at the exits. So
That was good too. But
yeah,
you know what?
yeah.
That ties into question number 1, the woman and the nephew. You reach out to people that you want to reach out to.
right.
Yeah.
You spend time with the people that you want to spend time with. I think outgrowing friendships is a part of life. And you don't
Mm.
feel
Yes.
bad about that because there
No.
are different seasons, different stages. You
Mhm.
can still speak to those friends, talk to them on Facebook and social media and text them from time to time. but find your new way of what you enjoy doing and take that path and be okay with it. Because that's the thing. You've got to be okay with it. If you're okay with it, everybody else will be okay with it.
Do we know how old this person was? Did she
They
mention her
are, she did, and I didn't put it in the email because I was trying to condense it down for the hour show. But I'm pretty sure she's definitely in her 50s.
Okay.
Because, she was talking about the friendships for so long.
That's a tough time.
Tracy is asking, what question am I going to answer in my print column? I was trying to answer the first question that came in about the nephew.
Okay.
So, hey guys, it's 8:00. So the show has to wrap up.
That was
I told you, Cheryl, it was going to be real fast. We get on here and have some conversation and hang out with the people in the chat. And before you know it, the whole hour is over.
Gone.
It is gone. And y'all know I love y'all. And I usually do a whole long goodbye thing. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Gary. Thank you to Lillian Harris. That's my godmother who read the questions today. Because y'all know it's Gil's birthday. Like, I can't hang out. I got to go.
You got to go.
Yes, tell Gil happy birthday.
Gil, happy birthday.
Thank y'all. And Tracy, watch the rerun. Everybody, you can watch the rerun and hear our new theme song at the beginning of the show. I loved it, loved it, loved it. Thank you guys for watching like you do every Tuesday. It means so much to me. Have a great night, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.